Has anybody's life changed since 2014? Raise your hands if it has. Okay, right? Life changes, things evolve. Even my business in the last 4 years has evolved, right?
Sherry is the change of the way the business is. Like when we both started, it was about sign-in sheets and databases, which I talked about this morning. But now it's about online. And like I said, if you don't treat your yoga teaching as a business, you will fail. And that's what Sherry has done so well, is to show you that it's doable, even for us right-brain people.
Right, exactly.
So Sherry used to own
The Yoga Vista for 10 years, yeah.
For 10 years. She was in corporate for
25.
25. Left corporate for yoga. And now this is her new chapter. So
Yes.
I'm
Thank
very
you.
excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to be here again.
Always,
nice to be here
always.
again.
And this is a gift.
I was one time one of you graduates, right? Sitting here the last day going, now what? I know how to do triangle. I know how to keep someone safe in downward facing dog, right? But how do I go into the world and take that and make a business out of yoga? So in my presentations, I always like to start with the bad news and give you the good news, okay? This to me is the bad kind of reality, the reality. So if you think that you want to make, a significant income teaching yoga, you can't do it just by teaching classes. You'll drive yourself weary and crazy, right? Traveling all around and doing all these classes. So I'm going to give you so many different ideas of different ways to make money with your yoga. Anybody up for that? Raise your hand. Good, all right. I told my husband, I said, I'm done, hon. And he said, you're done with what? Our marriage, our kids? I'm like, no, I'm done with high tech. I'm done with corporate. I'm just gonna pull the plug on it. And that was hard because we just had a big house. We just bought a big house. It was a big mortgage. We had some nice things. And I said, you know what? I just don't want that rat race anymore. So we downsized, we moved, and I started running the studio. And the first year I ran the studio, I made $12,000. $1,000 a month running a studio. We'll talk a little bit about why that happens. This is where it's going. Online is where it's going. Live streaming, right, you guys? FaceTime. Everything is online these days. So there's so many teachers that are getting tired of traveling around teaching their $30, $50 classes. They want to put their work online in some way, shape, or form. It could be workshops. It could be training programs. It could be a virtual online library, right? So I get involved in that because I've been there, right? I've walked down that road. I can help in any way I can, and I love to help teachers do that. The more you can do, the more skills you can learn, the more you can take your business and the vision where you want it to go. Every path to yoga is unique, right? And yours is too. Understand that. You're not going to ever copycat me, right? You didn't walk in my shoes. You can't do what I do, but you can get ideas from me. If you love your job, you never have to work a day in your life. How many want to say that? Amen. Right, amen. You want to say that. Every day that you get up and you do whatever you want to do, you want to say, like, this is not work, this is fun, right? And I love this saying, everything turns out right in the end. If it's not right, it's not the end. How about that? What I did that I never planned to do, and the secret to my success, I think, in the last 6 or 7 years, is
join me for this information-filled, jam-packed 2-hour workshop where I take you through the steps that you can do to make your yoga business more successful, more fun, more manageable. We'll talk about a lot of things. We'll talk about finding your niche. Very, very important. You've got to hone in on exactly who you want to teach to, what kind of clientele. Very important. There's so many yoga teachers out there in this world right now. Amazing. We love it. But find your niche. Find your sweet spot. That's the most important thing. We'll talk about the ethics of yoga, how important that is. I always feel that yoga teachers have the highest standards of ethics beyond what we would normally expect of any person. I really want to have that in our community, and I really want to reinforce to everybody to keep that in mind as you make your decisions in your life and in your business. Then we'll talk about the business side. Just things like how do you get paid and contracts, and are you a contractor or an employee? And what about if you work at a place that invoices and there's purchase orders and there's liability contracts and on and on. So we'll talk a little bit about that, of course. And then we'll have fun with the marketing side of yoga. The marketing side is the fun stuff, right? Getting your your name known, getting your style of yoga out there, getting your teachings in a broader area, in a different place, in creative ways. And of course, we'll talk a little bit about technology. If you're afraid to even sign up for this online workshop, let's just get you diving in, because that's kind of where it's all going right now. It's going online, it's going broad, and technology is not going away. Don't be afraid of it. Don't fight it. It's your friend. Hope you join me.